Hi, I'm Claire, welcome back. Or if you're new here, I'm glad you found this little corner of the internet. Here at Country Inspired Living, I share a soulful, modern approach to everyday life. Think cozy spaces, home-cooked meals, slow rhythms, and gatherings that feel like magic. It's not about perfection or where you live, it's about how you live and finding beauty in the little things. So if you're craving more warmth, intention, and ease in your life, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. Hi, welcome to Country Inspired Living. My name is Claire Louise Chapman and I am your host on this channel. So Country Inspired Living, what is it all about? So let me give you a bit of backstory about who I am, where I come from, and how Country Inspired Living came about. So I've been an entrepreneur for the last 7 years, going deep into self-empowerment, emotional intelligence, manifestation, human design, business stuff, like all the freaking things. And what I used to find is that I had this incredible life and I loved my business. I loved my coaching, the training programs, everything that I created. I absolutely loved it. But it almost felt like I was in these two worlds. I was either in business or I was living my life. And when I was absolutely loving and living my life and doing everything that I love, it was almost like, oh, I need to be doing this in the business. Or when I was over in the business side of things, it was always like, hold on in a minute, mum is busy. Like, you know, it really sort of pulled me in two directions. And I never actually found the success that I wanted until it was 2025. March the 13th, my birthday, and I decided that I was going to do my own birthday cake, and I really wanted to get creative with that. And I laid up all my colour scheme for my table, and I always do the birthdays in our house and all the cakes and everything and the themes, and just absolutely went for it and loved it. And so whilst I was doing that, we had a meal, and I remember I was just doing the washing up. Yes, on my birthday I was washing up, but I'm all good with that. And I overheard a conversation with my mum talking to my son that says, your mum has so many hidden talents. And the word hidden really, like, you know how words have power and they really sort of speak to you? That word hidden like made me sort of, ooh, something shifted in me. And I thought, she's absolutely right. There is so much that I do and love that I'm really good at that I never shared on the online space because it never had any relevance to what I was teaching in my business. And so I sat with that, and I think my birthday was on a Thursday this year, and by the time Saturday came, I just had this big download, and I heard the words in my head that said, I want to make money living my life. And that again had like this huge shock. It was almost like the drive that I'd been looking for. Nothing was really driving me. It wasn't to help people. It wasn't about doing things for my kids. That wasn't the drive. Money wasn't the drive. Like, I never really had a why. You know, when people talk about your why and your drive, I never really had that until that landed. And I was like, oh my gosh, that would just be incredible. How could I use how I live my life to monetize that, to get creative and just let it be the most effortless thing? And I was like, wow, it just shocked me for a moment. And I remember laying in bed and I was asking Google, what does it mean to be like baking your own cakes and doing house improvements and having a bit of a waffle to that? And it just came up with nothing. It was useless. And I thought, I know somebody who can help me with this and pull this together and try and make sense of it. Good old Chat GPT. So I laid in bed and I was messaging and talking with Chat and going, look, this is what I love to do. You know, I want to make millions just living my life and letting my everyday just be my business, be my canvas, be my life. Like, so instead of having this two divides between my life and my business, like my business is my freaking life. So brand colors are everything that's around me, and just letting content be so easy and marketing and letting my creativity flow in ways that I am creative. And I told Chat everything that I love to do, And that's basically how Country Inspired Living came about. So that's the story and how it all came about. Now, what does it actually mean? Country Inspired Living, the reason why I've come up with this is because I live in the countryside in the UK, and when I talk Country Inspired Living, I am talking the UK British countryside, because that's all I can speak from. And it's taking the magic and the essence and the freedom and the warmth and the coziness and the elegance of country living, but bringing it to your home no matter where you live. So you don't need to have a farm to be following this channel. You don't need to be living in the countryside. But what I realized and what I loved when I was full into living my life is the feeling that the country living gave me. Like I say, that warmth, the freedom, the coziness, I absolutely freaking love it. And so I wanted to bring that inspiration, that way of living to other people no matter where you live. Now, a lot of people, when you think about the UK, the British countryside, is one of two things. Either you need to be very, very wealthy, and then you need to drive the Land Rovers, and you need to have all these designer like country jackets and all that kind of stuff. So you may feel like you never fit in. Or it's the other side where people believe that, in the UK that we put everything, cakes on fluffy doilies, or we have floral curtains everywhere, or our kitchens have the little curtains underneath, and it's real like what I call fluffy and frou-frou, and just like everything that I'm not. And I was like, that isn't the only extent to country living. I love clean, I love simple, I love like whites, I love wood, I love all those kind of things. So Country Inspired Living, in the way that I'm going to be bringing it to you, is no fuss, simple, but it has that elevated touch to it. It has a modern touch to it, but without losing the coziness, the homemade side of it. So that's what Country Inspired Living is. That's how it all came around. Now, there's 4 key areas when I was chatting away with ChatGPT that really stood out for me. And I love these 4 areas. So this is what the company, the message, the brand, all the trainings, everything I'm going to be bringing to you is based on these 4 pillars. And the first one is home styling. I love to do up a room. I love renovating a room. I love changing my colors. I love having a vision. I love doing rooms over. Like, I absolutely freaking love that. And before I become an entrepreneur, back in my 20s, I used to actually renovate complete houses. I'm an engineer by trade. So I used to renovate houses. I've done self-build. So wherever there's a project to be done in a room in a house, I'm like all over it. Or if I just fancy a change, then I absolutely love that side of it. So I'm going to be bringing you more home styling tips in that area. I also love to cook and to bake, but not because I'm really like brilliant at it. I don't know half the stuff. I probably don't even chop an onion properly. But I just enjoy what I do. Country cozy sort of foods, roast dinners, pasta dishes, like all the kind of like simple stuff. So think about somebody who may not be into cooking yet you want to start cooking. I'm going to bring you all the basic recipes. There won't be any frou-frou and over fluffing and over complicating stuff. You don't need a pantry full of all these ingredients that you wouldn't normally use. Not in my world anyway. And then the other area that we're heading into is hosting and gathering. Like, think about celebrations. I love the planning and the putting together of birthday celebrations, Christmas, Easter's, like all those holidays, or just having an intimate meal, whether it's just me and my husband, Simon, whether it's something with the kids. Like, I'm just obsessed. I love planning all this stuff out. I love doing the hosting. I love, the table layouts, the decorations, and pulling all that stuff together. So that's the next stage. That's the next pillar. The third pillar that I go into that I'm absolutely obsessed with. And the last one is all about cozy living, whether that comes from the clothes that you wear, the textures in your homes. Like, you'll see I'm sat here right now, I've got like my jogging bottoms on. Like, I really take that cozy feeling to the extreme. And so I'm not one that just gets dolled up all the time. I'm not in my sports gear. I like to feel comfortable, whether it's the tops that I'm wearing, they need to be loose, they need to be comfortable, they need to feel soft, whether it's the trousers, whether it's the socks that I have on right now. Like, everything needs to be cozy and comfy. And yet when I go out, it's just like I'm still feeling cozy and comfy, but I just elevate it. And maybe this look, and I pull on a pair of leather trousers with it, or pants if you're in the States, that's how you say it. So it's bringing all those 4 elements of exactly who I am, pulling it all together so that I can just live my life. And from that, I can bring you so many tips and tricks and how-tos and guides and all those kind of things. Like, I love pulling together an ebook, I love recording, I love doing videos. The amount of stuff now that I videos, cooking in my kitchen, through my wardrobe, so much stuff there that it becomes effortless for me. But the more I went out and I started promoting this brand and business on Facebook, people were like, oh my God, this is the Claire that we know, like this is so aligned for you. And the brand is already expanding way beyond just these 4 pillars. We have huge visions for you know, a day in the country. Come over, come and be in my house. We're going to do some baking together. We're going to walk around the countryside. Like, I'm going to help you you know, overdo one of your living rooms, bring you some ideas in that. And then there's going to be weekends in the country. We're hoping to a bit later on set up some tours in the countryside. So we're based on the edge of Wiltshire. We're right on the edge of the Cotswolds. So we have so much. We have like Stonehenge and Avebury and all the historical sites, but we also have the beautiful Cotswolds right on our doorstep, where you get those beautiful Cotswold stone buildings, Stow on the Wold, and you know, all these sort of places that we're hoping to bring out that experience into tours and into bigger things. So we are way more, I'm way more than just this YouTube channel. You can also go and find me over on Instagram, where you're going to get all the beautiful graphics and everything else there. Facebook if you want to chat and hang out, and we do have these videos. So please subscribe, sign up, make sure that you're here, make sure you put your notifications on, because I'm going to be dropping so many videos that just Instagram and Reels don't give me enough time, doesn't give me enough to bring to you. So if you're loving this feeling, you're loving the colors, then everything that I'm talking about, you're going to want to hang out with me on this channel, because this is where I'm going to be bringing the slightly longer trainings to you and videos for you to connect and watch into, whether it's the odd recipe, whether it's a clothing outfit or suggestion, whether it's like this week right now, we're in April, it is Easter on this next weekend. So I've got a whole guide going out on how to plan your Easter, what to cook, table layouts, all that kind of beautiful stuff. So you're going to want to be looking out for more. So hang out with me on social media. I just want to thank you for watching this and welcome you to the Contry Inspired Living YouTube channel. I hope this gave you a little inspiration for your own home or a slow day. If you love this, feel free to subscribe or share it with someone who'd enjoy a slower way of living too. Thanks for being here, it really means a lot, and I can't wait to see you next time.